Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to be discussing about a reading lesson plan I prepared for an ICT classroom. ICT meaning inclusive classroom. It's a second grade class with 16 students. I am the special ed teacher and there's a general ed teacher. Okay, and the lesson is about the three Billy Goats graph. Is a read aloud lesson, and goals. The learning objectives of the lesson are: the students will be able to sequence the events in the story. Students will be able to ask and answer simple questions about the story. Students will be able to use pictures and strips of sentences to help them understand the story. And students will be able to discuss the events and morals of the story and connect it to the events in their own lives when prompted. So I'll have the students sit around me in the carpet in the front of the classroom. And then I'm going to read this book aloud to them, The Three Billy Goats Gruff by Jerry Pinkney. As you can see, the book is well illustrated, very vivid, colorful pictures that will attract the attention of the 7-year-olds in the classroom. And some of the words are big too. And after reading, I'm going to have them do the worksheet. So how I will start is I will read the beginning of the story. Maybe the first 2 or 3 pages. The first 2 or 3 pages. A long time ago, and so on the rocky side of a river, there lived a family of 3 Billy Goats Gruff. I'll read the story, the first part of the story, and then I will divide the students in pairs, 2 each, and then I have them face each other and discuss about the beginning of the story. After 3 minutes, I have them face me again, and I write on the board beginning, and then I'll ask the students, pick one from one pair. I say, can you tell me what happened at the beginning of the story? And as the answer, I write down simple sentences on the board. Sentences like, the little Billy Goat Gruff said, please don't eat me. The troll said, who is that trapping on my bridge? So I'll write little sentences like that. And then, after writing the sentence, like 1 or 2 sentences about the beginning of the story, then I'll open where I stopped. I read the middle of the story. I'll read some pages to them from the middle of the book. I'll read the middle of the book. After reading the middle of the book, then I have the children sit again in twos, in pairs, and I have them discuss about the middle of the story. Having them in pairs to discuss is called a think and share. The 2 children discussing with each other about the middle of the story. Ask them, what happened at the middle of the story? Then they discuss with each other as they're in pairs. What happened? I give them 3 minutes to talk about the middle of the story, and then I stop them, and then I have them face me again, and I ask them again, what happened? Who knows what happened at the middle of the story? Then I pick students, and they tell me, as they're telling me, I write the correct answers, what happened at the middle. Like, the second Billy Goat Gruff crossed the bridge. The troll asked him, who is that on my bridge? So I write what happened at the middle. Same thing I do. Again, I read the last part of the book. The last part of the book. till the end, and then I have them again in twos, and I ask the question, what happened at the end of the story? After 3 minutes, I have them face me again, and then I ask again, what happened? Who knows what happened at the end of the story? And I write end on the board, and as I write, telling me what happened, I make it into simple sentences. Like the third Billy Goldgrove pushed the troll in the river, or the troll fell in the river, or the troll yelled, help me. So this is what I would do. So after I've written all those sentences under the captions, beginning, middle, end, and after I've finished the story, then the students have to do a classroom activity. I ask them to go back to their seats, and I give them worksheets to do. So this is the first worksheet. Zoom in. This is the first worksheet they're gonna do. Okay, and then this is the second worksheet. Okay, now let me get into details about how I'm gonna help the special needs kids, the kids that have special needs in my class. I'm going to take one student as an example to give you an idea of what I mean. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now there's one child in my classroom. Remember, my classroom is an ICT class, inclusive classroom. We have both special kids with special needs and then general ed kids. So this student, her name is Lily Prince. She's 7 years old. She has actually been diagnosed as learning disabled. Though this disability is not severe, but she does have problems with decoding and with comprehension. So for this activity, I'm going to work one-on-one with her. While the other kids are doing is an independent activity. I'll go to her, and then I will have her read these sentences on her own for like 5 minutes. Then I will read them to her. I will read the sentences to her. For instance, I will have a look at the pictures. I could say, Lily, what's happening in this picture? Lily, can you tell me what's happening in this picture? And I will listen to her answers. And then see how I'm going to read the sentences to her. I'm going to say, the goats want to cross the bridge, but there was a mean troll that lived under the bridge. Let me say it again. The goats want to cross the bridge, but there was a mean troll that lived under the bridge. Okay, now she will, by how I stress the words, and by my give me a second. By how the tone I use for the sentences, the Lily will be able to have an idea of what I'm talking about. So after this, I will have her cut these sentences in strips. I'll have her, first of all, arrange the pictures in sequential order. And as I read the sentences to her with inflections and stresses and performing out the words, she's going to be able to know which picture will match which picture. Okay, let me just read a little bit of what I wrote down here. Remember how I've already administered IRI to her. IRI meaning informal reading inventory. So from that inventory, that's how I learned, because I had already got there was something wrong with her reading. That's how I learned exactly what she was having problems with and how to help her. Okay, and now the inventory, the kind of test I did to her was I did the auto reading test, the listening capacity test, and the silent reading test. Okay, and it's from her responses I learned that I was able to determine that she has a um, she's only comprehending at a literal level, and then this represents a low level type of understanding. You have to really stress the words, act the words out for her to understand. Okay, and she needs more time. For my student with special needs, after reading to her, uh, demonstrating the words and everything, I still need to give her more time to complete her work. Okay, and to help Lily with the independent activity, um, um, I also have to make sure to point at the words as I'm reading them to her, and have a look at the words, look at the words, and look at the picture. Okay, this way, these are all the ways the test could be made comprehensible to her. Okay, and then for the homework, I have them take this home. Why I had to give them this as a homework is because the sentences are more complex. They are more complex. I wrote a note home to take home to their parents to help them, because they need not only the kids with reading problems, but all the kids need someone help them read it, understand, and rearrange these sentences in the correct order and paste them on a piece of paper. So that's how I'm going to help kids that have learning problems in my classroom. And I hope with this little presentation, I was able to give you a little bit of insight on how to help kids that have reading problems in the classroom. Thank you, and have a nice day.